Sports coverage of the National Football League finds us in the magnificent city of Atlanta. Used to be the terminus of the Western and Atlantic Railroad here. That's why they still sound the train horn inside Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons.
Your Atlanta Falcons.
Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, glad you're with us. This is the rookie Ryan Fitzgerald to do the honors. And we are underway here in Atlanta. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Falcons come out there led by Michael Penix, the second-year quarterback out of Washington. Greg taking over late last year and winning the job as the Atlanta starting quarterback.
Yeah, probably the biggest surprise of the 2024 draft was the Falcons making Michael Penix Jr. the 8th overall pick. Because remember, only a few months earlier, Mike, the big news, they signed Kirk Cousins to the big free agent contract, and then they turn around and they draft the future. So going into this year, there is no question. Michael Penix Jr. is the face. He's the future of that Falcons organization. And in their mind, they think this year they're in a position to compete, and they want to compete now.
Terrific starter there. Gain of 15. And a first down.
Falcons, first down.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Throwing now, Penix on first down.
Give him credit for keeping this play alive as long as he could. This easily could have gone down for a loss, but he's kind of able to find his way forward and at least get back to the line of scrimmage.
Second and 10. Pitts is the man in motion. On second down, he's got this to Bijan Robinson. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. They'll get 19 out of that play. It's good for a Falcon first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last. So much of what makes a toss play so good is it allows you to get the ball on the perimeter of the defense really quickly, and it doesn't stress all of your backside blocking. But on the downside, it does get your running back running east and west. They're running sideways for the first couple steps, and with a defense that can run to the ball.
And the rush gets he'll go down. They got him. Trevin Wallace getting in for the sack. And that's going to lead to third and very long.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
So backed up after the sack, and now it's third and long. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. Flushed to his left. Play is stopped for a moment. It is an injured Carolina Panther on the field. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout.
Zane
Gonzalez on to try the field goal.
51-yard attempt.
This is going to be a 51-yard attempt. The Gonzalez kick is good. And the Falcons will take a 3-0 lead.
Panthers nothing.
And that's a good drive right out of the gate. They're able to make some plays, move the ball down the field. I know they didn't get a touchdown, but that is a good, positive result.
Three points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. On the return, here's Trevor Etienne. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. So the Panthers led out by their quarterback, Bryce Young. Shaky rookie year, but the back end of his second year, very effective for the man who was the #1 overall pick out of Alabama in 2023.
And he's really had an up and down start to his NFL career, and he's always going to be viewed, fair or unfairly, through the lens of that blockbuster trade that Carolina made to acquire him with the first overall pick. So that's going to be the lens. C.J. Stroud wins Rookie of the Year, and Bryce Young has a disappointing rookie season. But then you look at last year, Mike, only a year later, the back half of the season, Bryce Young looked like the first overall pick in the draft. So if they get that version of Bryce Young now in year 3, this Carolina Panthers team can compete in their division, and I think they can make some noise come the end of the year.
They'll try again after the incompletion. It's 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, Young. And that one's incomplete, but a late flag comes in. Looked like might have gotten there early.
Automatic first down.
From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Young. That's taken in, and it's Rico Dowdle. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 36-yard line.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll go play action with Young. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
3rd down and 8.
That's not an easy catch means, but at this level, Mike, you get paid to catch them all. And really, you get paid to catch the hard ones. And you know that hit, it's coming either way. And I remember learning as a young player early in my career, the hit's coming, you're going to get knocked to the ground. It feels a lot better getting off the ground and handing the ball to the official.
Tommy Tremble, the tight end, the man he was looking for there. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and they're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
Fair catch.
And no return on this one. Fair catch signal for
the Falcons
and
take
take
over 1st and 10.
The Falcons offense ready now for their 2nd drive. They had the field goal on the opening drive to take the early lead, see if they can 3-0. And it's 1st and 10. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line. That's the way to get started. A pickup of 17 and a very quick 1st down.
The ability to be effective on 1st down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a 3rd down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
He runs with it. Looks Looks like we have an injured Falcon on this play. The training staff going to step out for a moment. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 3. On the give, it's Robinson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
The best linebackers at this level, Mike, they have all the physical attributes. That's a given. But it's really their instincts. It's their ability to dissect and predetermine where the ball is going before the ball is even snapped. And you can see with how fast of attack he.
And that is incomplete.
So prior to that 3rd down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation at that down and distance. They had run and pass both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Forced the incomplete, brings up 4th down.
So on 4th down, the Falcons bring on Bradley Pinion to punt. Trevor Etienne is back deep for Carolina. The Panthers offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. Now a 1st and the 38-yard line. Throwing is Young. That one taken in right side by Leggett. That keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 46-yard line.
From the 46, here's 2nd down and 3. In motion comes the tight end Evans. They'll run here. The former Canadian track star, Chuba Hubbard, will take it.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
Here's a carry for Dowdle. He's across midfield, and more importantly, he's got the 1st down at the 49-yard line.
A gain of 3 yards. And the Panthers 1st down. 1st and 10.
And these are the tough yards you judge it back by, Mike. We used to say to our backs, hey, even if we don't block everyone, you've got to be your own blocker. Like, you have to find a way to get 1 yard and keep this drive alive. And I think he's able to pick up that 1st down by about a yard or 2.
And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down in bounds. 10 yards the gain on the pitch and catch. It's good for a Panther 1st down.
1st down.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. A nice job there making that happen.
And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Jatavian Sanders was the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 2nd down. Back to the air, it's Young. Over the middle, he's got Leggett. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
It's a gain of 16
2
yards.
receptions for him on this drive. This one good for 16 yards.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
I can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. After that last completion on the way back to the huddle, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me one-on-one. You better ask your coach for some help, because if he doesn't, you're going to be in for a long day.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake. Here's Young. And he'll just bite the ball and throw this one away. It was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
To go.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Young. And that is incomplete. The pass intended for Xavier Leggett. And now it's 4th down.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. So you know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball. And in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
The kick is perfect, right down the middle. And the Panthers will tie the game at 3 apiece.
And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
So the field goal draws us even. It is now 3-3 as the kick's away. Carter on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. Start on the ground with Robinson. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
These are the impact plays that this linebacker is capable of, Mike. Not only dissecting and determining where the ball was going, but then to shoot through the line of scrimmage and make this tackle for a loss. That's a big-time play by a really good player.
On 2nd down, here's Penix. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
And 11.
He just stays on his primary read just a little bit too long. I think if he gets that ball to his check down a little bit quicker, not only is the ball completed, but I think there's some room to run. So, again, certain quarterbacks are better than others. The ability to process and eliminate targets quickly to move on to the next. That's a skill that really just comes from experience. Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, and he'll be looking for something better after that poor first punt. Going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Panthers offense ready for this next possession. Young to throw on 1st and 10. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Complete to Rico Dowdle. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 37-yard line.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd and 5. Young hands it to Hubbard. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
We're seeing such an uptick, Mike, across the league in these hybrid kind of positionless defenders, especially safety. So are they a safety? Are they a linebacker? They're good in both coverage. And in this case, they can play near the line of scrimmage and still make plays on the ground.
Slot man gonna move in motion left. To throw is Young. He's got his man. That's weekend. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His third catch goes for a first down.
First down. A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Carolina.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
Tremble comes in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Young. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
It's always a risky decision anytime a quarterback tries to force the ball, especially into those tightly contested areas. Not a lot of daylight, not a lot of room for error. In this case, it just falls simply as an incomplete. But as this game unfolds, better decisions are going to lead to better results.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45. A pickup of 12 yards. It's a Carolina first down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
15 more yards.
Give them 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a first down.
A gain of 15.
Well, it's been pretty clear this offense has wanted to get this running back involved in the passing game here in the first half. And with the success they've found, I expect the rest of the game to go very similar.
Here's Hubbard. And he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the first quarter of play. So a field goal apiece here in that first quarter. 3-all is the score. Greg and I back in Atlanta after this. Panthers football to begin this second quarter. We're looking at a second down and 9 to go. On the ground, it's Dowdle. And he's going to be bottled up quickly after a gain of about 1. The veteran Leonard Floyd, they're on the tackle.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Here's 3rd and 7. Back to throw, Young. And that is incomplete. General McMillan was the intended receiver. And that's going to lead to a fourth down.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Panthers will take a 6-3 lead.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
Ryan Fitzgerald.
So now, after the field goal, Fitzgerald is back out there to send this one away. Carter on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Falcons offense getting set to get back to work. They'll throw on first down with Penix. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
It leads to second.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
On second down, Penix. Headed left, buying time. It is a big play there for the Falcons. 33 yards.
It's a gain of
The challenge of defending a dual-threat quarterback in the NFL, Mike, is that you just don't see them week in and week out, maybe like you do in college. So in this case, you defend everything perfectly downfield, but it's hard to account for a quarterback who can run. He escapes the pressure, tucks it down himself, and he picks up a big gain.
He'll run again. What a run. He brings it to the red zone. Taken down inside the 20-yard line. They get 22 yards there. First down, Atlanta.
Falcons, first down. First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
The key coming into the game, anytime you're about to defend a quarterback like this, is it's not so much about rushing the quarterback for a sack as much as it is about rushing a quarterback to keep him in the pocket. He is more dangerous when he's able to escape. Keep the integrity of your rush lanes. Rush as a unit. You can see here, when you don't, he gets out of the pocket, and it's a big play.
It's a gain of 13, and it's first and goal.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get first down after first down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
They'll run with Robinson. And that play took a little long to develop. They stopped it for no gain at the 4.
He's brought down at the 4-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up second and goal.
Inside the 5, it is second and goal. Robinson is into the end zone. It's a Falcon touchdown. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Zane Gonzalez on for the point after. He's got it. And the Falcons open the lead to 4. It's 10-6.
Panthers 6.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. They'll run with Dowdle. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 28-yard line.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Dowdle. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it.
On the tackle. A 1-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 8.
We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Now Young. Down the field, but it falls incomplete.
And it was really the lack of production on 1st and 2nd down that put them in this hole to begin with, Mike. So I think going forward, more execution on early downs, more efficiency. Don't wait till 3rd down to convert for a new set of downs. Be aggressive on those 1st and 2nds and take the fight to the defense.
Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now fair catch, he'll take it at about the 24-yard line. The Falcons offense and Michael Penix getting ready for their next possession. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Play action. It's Penix. Now, deep ball for London. What a connection. He's down inside the 5-yard line. It is a big play there for the Falcons. 71 yards.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover, and plays like this, it just shows how special he can be. Well, on the back of the previous play, Mike, we saw him have some success through the air. They try to change it up with a draw, but the defense wasn't having any of it. Didn't sell out for the pass. They're able to stop that one for a loss.
2nd and goal. Now it's from the 6-yard line. They'll go play action now with Penix. That's the Pro Bowl corner, J.C. Horn, in there on the blitz and gets to the quarterback.
What started out as a promising drive seemed inevitable, Mike, with the way they were able to continue to move the ball, that they'd find themselves finishing with points. But after that 2nd down sack brings up 3rd and long, and this drive looks suddenly very different.
So the last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. From the gun, here is Penix. That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Falcons.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure, and I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
And before the try, remember, it is a touchdown. All scoring plays are reviewed, so replay will confirm this one before we do anything else.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board. Gonzalez now for the point after.
Extra point.
The kick is good, and the Falcons are able to extend the lead. It's now 17-6.
17. Panthers 6.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, it's Chuba Hubbard. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Panthers offense starting to trot out for this next possession. Start on the ground. This will be a short pickup to about the 30. Mike Hughes is there with the tackle.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Here's 2nd and 6. On play action, Young. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
To throw is Young. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. 18 yards on the pickup there. It's good for a Panther first down.
For a Panthers first down. A gain of 18 on the play. First down, Carolina.
Yes, it's really well executed here, and you see this is around the league, Mike. These slant routes are either built in or what they call hot routes or sight routes. The receiver sees the blitz, and they break their route off. It gives an easy target for the quarterback, and it gives great opportunity for run after catch.
And he's brought down after 18 of 6 on first down.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 45-yard line.
Second down, they need 3. Working from the shotgun, he'll hand this one off. He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happy. Gonna lose a yard.
So there's multiple factors, Mike, that make blitzes successful. So, of course, there's the initial design. Can you attack the vulnerabilities of the offense's blocking scheme? And then in this case, the next phase is the timing. You can see this linebacker knew exactly when that ball was going to be snapped. The offensive line had no chance to identify and pick him up, and he's able to bring him down for a loss.
A 5-yard gain on the play.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, the quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
And that play going nowhere. The defense all over that one. They'll bring him down for a big loss.
Brought down back at the
Back's doing everything in his power to try to get that ball around the edge to the boundary, but just great pursuit there by this linebacker, staying with his angles, running through contact, and he makes the play behind the line.
A second down throw for Young. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You know, we see quarterbacks sometimes, they don't want to admit defeat. They want to extend these plays as long as possible, but you got to know when the party's over. Throw it away, live for the next snap. The last thing you want to do is put the ball in harm's way.
It is 3rd and long. The slot man in motion right. Here's Young to throw. He'll let one go down the middle. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. The defense blows a chance to get off the field as the offense converts 3rd and 14.
First down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Both pre-snap and post-snap, this is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along the back end, and then the throw. You can't put it in a better spot. I mean, that's just a big-time play.
That one out wide. Down. And they'll get him down right around the 5-yard line.
A pickup of 2.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
Ball right on the 5-yard line, 2nd down and goal. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal.
A gain of 3 yards. It's now 3rd and goal.
Two minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I back to Atlanta in a moment. Can the defense do it again? From the 1. 3rd down now and goal. Here's the pistol snap to Young. Good blocking, and he's in. Bryce Young. Touchdown, Carolina. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Ryan Fitzgerald now to add the extra point. He knocks it through.
Is good.
Panthers will cut the deficit down to 4.
17. Panthers 13.
Following the touchdown, it is Fitzgerald to send this one away. Jamal Agnew now to return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25.
The Falcons take over.
The Falcons offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. That's caught right side. It's London. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line.
15 yards.
That That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
You find yourself in these 2-minute drills, Mike. They're pretty critical moments in the game. They go a long way to deciding the outcome, so it makes a lot of sense. You start looking for your top target, and he comes through for him there.
Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete. Trying to get it to Kyle Pitts. It's second down
and 10.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
It may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on second down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on third down where it's a little bit more manageable.
You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Mooney in motion. They'll try to run for it with Robinson. And he's got nowhere to go. That defensive front controls the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 4th down.
No gain on the play. It's 4th down.
On comes the punter now, as he is on to punt for Atlanta. That is fielded at the 13. And he'll get a few yards on this return up past the 15-yard line.
At their own
Panthers offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. On first down is Young. That one complete to Lee Gett. Now a timeout for Carolina. It's going to be their second as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
At the 27-yard line.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Man in motion, heading right. Throwing on second down, Young. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down.
19 yards.
The Panthers are going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half.
First down, Panthers.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Young. That one thrown behind his target, and it'll be incomplete.
And with nothing open downfield, he tries to find something underneath. But give credit to this secondary, Mike. I mean, they had everything covered up, and this one ends up just falling incomplete.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, Young. Over the middle, he locates McMillan. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. We'll see if adjustments at halftime change the course of this one, likely to play a big role in who's going to walk away with a W. Here we go. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Panthers offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Here's a run to begin this third quarter, and he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
The tackle made by Jesse Bates. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 40-yard line.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll stick with him again. And they'll bring him down just shy of midfield, but that is enough. It's a first down.
It's a gain of 8. That's good for a Panthers first down.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. But it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor. And when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. To throw, Young. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes. David Onyemata gets it for a loss of 7, and now it's 3rd down.
Just another example of poor decision-making. I mean, making a bad play even worse. There's nothing there on 2nd down. Just throw the ball into the stands and move on to 3rd. Now you take that sack, and it's going to take a miracle to stay on the field.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Leggett in motion. Young. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
He's got to do a better job using his eyes, Mike. He's just not manipulating the defense at all by looking off the defenders. And at this level of ball, if you just continue to stare down your primary read, you're going to lead the defenders right to the ball, and he's lucky this one just fell incomplete.
Fair catch taken, and they're going to start right at their own 20-yard line. The Falcons offense ready for their first possession of this second half. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's the lefty Penix. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I don't think this lead is insurmountable by any means, Mike, but they're going to have to find a way to take advantage of some of these possessions as they try to close this game out.
2nd and 10. Here's Penix. A throw left side, but it's incomplete.
3rd and long obviously isn't an ideal situation to be in offensively. It makes you very predictable, which then places a ton of stress on your offensive line and your quarterback. So they've got to start being more productive in these early downs and set themselves up for more success come 3rd down.
3rd down, it's Robinson. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
We spent so much time, Mike, talking about these defensive backs and their ability in pass coverage, but when you also have a defensive back that can make plays in the run game, especially behind the line of scrimmage, man, those guys are just so hard to find. That was a heck of a job here by this guy.
Now the return, and good coverage by Hutchie. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Panthers offense getting their final instruction before heading back onto the field. They'll begin with terrific starting field position. It gets going with 1st and 10. In motion comes the tight end, Evans. They'll begin here on the ground, and they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick 1st down.
1st down. It's a gain of 17.
Well, Mike, you know the old saying, the more tight ends on the field, the better. And in this case, it worked out perfectly. A lot of big bodies on the field, hat for a hat. Nice job there by the back, picking up a good gain.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They'll go play action with Young. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
A bit of a risky throw there, Mike. You don't love to see a quarterback force the ball, especially into a crowded area. In the end, I think he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
On 2nd down, Young. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Young. His tight end Tremble over the middle. A gain of 16 on that pass play. It's a Carolina 1st down.
That's good for a Panthers 1st down.
3rd down is when we see so many tight ends around the league really make their money. They operate in the middle. They're a big, easy target for the quarterback, and even if they are covered, Mike, they're not really ever covered.
Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he will not be quite able to stretch the ball out. They're going to mark him down after that huge run all the way to the 1. They've got it. It'll be 1st and goal after a pickup of 21.
Man, Mike, I thought he was going to take that one all the way in for a touchdown, but give credit to the defense. Touchdown saving tackle, really good effort. But now they're going to have to buckle down and dig in because they're facing 1st and goal at the 1. This defense is able to get the hold here on 1st down, Mike, but they might have to do it 3 more times. I think if I'm this offense, I'm saying this is 4 down territory. I've got 3 more shots to gain 1 yard. Here you go.
Another shot from the 1. on 2nd and goal. Hubbard is in for a touchdown. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
On now is Fitzgerald for the PAT. It's up and good. And the Panthers go up by a field goal as they lead it by 3.
17.
Following the touchdown, it is Fitzgerald to send this one away. Agnew on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here comes Drake London, the rest of that Atlanta offense getting set to take over once more. And you see the numbers for him into this third quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open and electric throughout. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And he'll get forward for about a yard. Christian Rose Boone there on the tackle.
At the 28-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Second down, 8 to go from the 28. Pitts is the man in motion. Another run here for Robinson. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Call it a gain of 13. It's good for a Falcon first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Remember this one thing, Mike. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL? And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for. What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
Now off the bootleg. Oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Penix. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson. He's going to be out of bounds. He is well shy where he needed to get to.
A gain of 9.
It'll bring up 4th down.
4th down.
The Falcons getting their punter out there, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. Now, fair catch is made, and it's just inside
The
15-yard line.
Over first and 10.
The Panthers offense and Bryce Young set for their next possession. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. Off the play fake. Here's Young. A throw on the move is caught. And it'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 29.
That one good for
and
29.
The Panthers, first down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Oh my God, I can't believe what I'm watching.
Waste of time.
Well, any fear they might have had that they'd come out of the halftime break flat has completely gone out the window. They're not content, Mike, here just having the lead. They're looking to extend it. A couple more plays like that, they're going to find themselves in scoring territory here very quickly.
Now, faking the give. Extra left side, hauled in by Leggett. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
A gain of 17 yards.
17 yards that time for number 17.
Panthers, first down.
Every team in the league practices these situations every single day. That's a critical third down, Mike. So now with this fresh set of downs, they got to just take a deep breath. Now you're really not so much playing against your opponent as much as you are playing against this clock.
On first and 10, here's Young. Oh, a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. It's a pass he'd say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down with it.
Taking off. Young will have a first down, able to slide to avoid the contact at the end of the play.
17 yards.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
Here's a carry for Dowdle, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
You know, Mike, what separates the really elite defensive edge players from everybody else is not only their ability to rush the passer. That's what everybody focuses on. But, man, the defensive ends that are good in the run game, those are the guys that never leave the field.
The motion man is Sanders. On the ground, it's Dowdle. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So third down, forthcoming.
A 3-yard pickup, and it's third down.
Back to throw, Young. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he's close to the goal line. Won't have the touchdown, but he does pick it up on third down.
For a Panthers first down. First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Nowhere! What are you doing? Are they even paying attention?
The defensive line has to do a better job of contained rushing, especially on third down, Mike. You can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket, and when you let him get there.
And he barrels his way into the end zone. Cuba Hubbard, touchdown, Panthers. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Fitzgerald down for the extra point. It's up
His kick
and
is
through.
good.
Panthers will
Makes the
extend
score
this
Panthers
third quarter
27,
lead.
Falcons 17. Ryan Fitzgerald
Following the
to kick off
touchdown,
for
it is
Carolina.
Fitzgerald to send this one away. Carter on the return. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the
At
field.
their own 22-yard
Here's
line.
Bijan Robinson and the Falcon offense set for their next drive. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
He was brought down by Trevin Wallace. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 22-yard line.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Penix. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down. And
He's usually
9
such a
yards to
reliable
go.
target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Taking the deep shot here with Robinson. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 55 yards on the game.
And the Falcons, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll begin the 4th by giving it to Robinson. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
Taken down at the 19-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
From the gun, here is Penix. He'll step up and run, and he's into a slide to avoid the contact. Does so successfully, and it's a 1st down.
12 yards. And the Falcons, 1st down. 1st and
Well,
goal
he's
at the
doing it
8-yard
all
line.
on this drive. He's throwing the ball well, and now he's able to use his legs to pick up good yardage and get a fresh set of downs.
They'll run with Robinson. And he will score! Game on! Bijan Robinson. Touchdown Atlanta. 2 touchdowns for him now in the afternoon. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Now Gonzalez to
lining
add
up
the
for extra
PAT.
point.
The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3, a field goal here in the fourth quarter. So they've cut into the lead, now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. Now return coming from the 7. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Panthers offense and running back Rico Dowdle getting set for this next drive. And it's hard to believe you can run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. They'll run with Dowdle. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Throwing is Young. That one taken in right side by Leggett. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. A pickup there of 13. It's good for a Panther first down.
First down, Panthers.
Now Dowdle. I don't think that was going too far either way. Defense right on it. They hold him to no gain.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Tremble comes in motion. A second down throw for Young. That one's hauled in left side by McMillan. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. It's a big play when they needed it the most. And even 30 yards.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
He was brought down by Caden Ellis. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 23-yard line.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Young. Oh, what a throw. Slinging it across his body and complete.
Complete to number 82, Tommy Tremble. It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and inches.
This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. They'll run the sneak. And it looks like he's going to have that first down. He will, not by a whole lot, but he's got it enough. They convert on 3rd down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now give on the ground. And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal. Some good running there. Gets them down to about the 2-yard line.
Fourth quarter, you find yourself protecting a one-possession lead. It's a fine line, Mike, between do I keep the ball on the ground, continue to work the clock, or stay aggressive, try to extend this lead to a multiple possession game. That's the balance this play caller is dealing with right now.
trying to push the pile forward, but he's not going to get in. They stop him up short.
Right at the line of
Well, after being stopped for no gain on first down on the ground, Mike, it brings up the question. Second and goal from the 2, what do you do? I like throwing it. I don't like waiting till third down to air the ball out. So if they want to take a shot at the end zone, I think it's got to be here on second and goal.
They're trying to run it. It's Hubbard. And he'll go down back at the 4-yard line.
You know at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on third down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
Feels like they needed that sack this entire drive. It feels like the defense was really on their heels. The offense was taking it to them really however they wanted to. So to be able to take a deep breath now, disrupt the rhythm of the drive by getting that sack, that might go a long way now to allow them to get off the field.
So a big kick coming here for Ryan Fitzgerald. This to stretch the lead to more than a field goal. And this one right down the middle. It's good. A big 3 points as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through and they get 3.
So now, after the field goal, Fitzgerald is back out there to send this one away. Carter on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
The Falcons take over.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. They run over center with Robinson. The hole closes quickly. They'll pick up about 3.
Down at the 30-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 6. They're going to go play action with Penix. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
That throwaway certainly isn't ideal in this situation, especially when you're trailing at this stage of the game, but no damage done. Move on to the next play.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. That'll be caught by the running back Robinson. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that's going to bring up 4th down.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the 1st down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on 4th down.
The Falcons send their punting unit out as they are forced to kick for the 6th time today. This brought in out past the 20, and not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Panthers offense and Bryce Young set for their next possession. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Drive will start on the ground, and he's going to be taken down at the 37. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down.
And the Panthers, first down.
You know, there's all this talk, Mike, about the value of the run game in today's NFL. You know when the run game matters? It matters right now. Fourth quarter, you've got the lead. Can you lean on your running back and offensive line to close this game out?
Not much there. Maybe a yard.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9.
From the 38 now, here's second down and 9. From the gun, it's Young. In trouble, and down he goes.
Big time opportune sack there by the defense. Mike, they're right on the cusp of field goal range. You can't allow this to become a two-possession ball game here in the fourth quarter. Massive third down coming up here. See if they can get off the field and get the ball back to their offense.
It is third and long. Out of the shotgun, Young. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Got to give a lot of credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was plenty of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. I thought the protection was actually pretty solid. But at the end of it, there was just nowhere to go, and he had no choice but to just throw that ball away.
Hunting time for the Panthers, set to kick this one away. As they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. And the receiver with a fair catch, taken successfully, and that's where he'll turn it over to the offense. The Falcons offense headed back to take over once more. It's a give up the middle to Robinson. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick first down.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us. And right now, this defense has no answers.
Mooney in motion. On first down, right back to Robinson. Not much happening there, just a short gain.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8 at the 40-yard line.
Pitts is the man in motion. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Robinson. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up third down.
The tackle by Tershawn Wharton. A gain of 4 brings up third and 4.
They'll drop to throw. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Pitts is the man in motion. Throwing now, Penix on first down. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down. Falcons go ahead and take their second timeout, and they'll get together prior to the second down play. Throwing is Penix. This one not quite on target. Too much. That one falls incomplete.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
Penix on third down. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on fourth down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation. And right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game.
And that's not going to work. The defense comes up with a fourth down, fourth quarter stand, and forces a turnover on downs.
Finding yourself down to your final timeout, this is the moment. This is the drive that you have to find a way to extend if you're going to claw yourself back into this game. But the defense comes up with a huge stop, and that will all but end this game.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Second and 11. So this one a win for the visiting Panthers. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.